Hey guys, so I decided that I wanted to make a to be read pile. So that's exactly what this ginormous pile in front of you guys is. It's all of the books that I have bought and that I haven't read in either the last few months or that I've just had for a while and I haven't gone around reading. And there's about 34 books in this pile. It's a ridiculous amount. I know. So let's go ahead and start on this left-hand side. And we've got City of Bones by Cassandra Clare, which I've been hearing a lot about as far as this series is concerned. Apparently a lot of people like this series, and it's a very good series along with her other series, which I want to say is the one with the Clockwork Prince and the Clockwork Angel. I haven't read that series either. So I bought the first book in this series just so that I can read it and see whether or not I would like the rest of the books. And then if I did, then I'd just go out and buy them and also look into buying her other series. So I've got that one. And then there's Kid Rex, which I've had this book for forever. And I started reading it and I just one day just decided that I didn't want to read it anymore and I just stopped. It's not a very big book. It's actually a pretty thin book. And it's about an anorexic girl trying to deal with her eating disorder. Then you've got Wicked, Lauren Conrad's Sweet Little Lies. I read the first book. I thought it was really cute and funny and quirky. And I started reading the second book when it first came out sometime last year, and I just stopped reading it. I don't know why. Then we've got How to Make Love Like a Porn Star, a cautionary tale by Jenna Jameson. I got halfway through this book, and I remember that I was reading this book on my way home on the plane once, and then I just stopped. That seems to be a reoccurring problem with me, and I don't know why. I got this one, The 19th Wife. Barnes & Noble's was having a 30% sale, so I got that one. Prozac Nation, Perfect, one of the, I think the third book in the Pretty Little Liars series. I've seen the first the first season for Pretty Little Liars, and I thought the series was amazing. The season was amazing. And I'm also watching the second season. I read the first two books, and I started reading the third book, and then I started watching season 2, and I just stopped. Then there's World War Z, which I really want to read because I heard that there is a movie coming out, which Brad Pitt is starring in, so I really have to read that one. Red Riding Hood, A Million Little Pieces by James Frey, The Secret Circle, Initiation and Captive Part 1, and Captive Part 2 in The Power. I really like this series. I started watching the season 1 for The Secret Circle on TV, and I really like this series. So these actually aren't my books. These are my husband's sister's books. So they're my sister-in-law's books, and I think she gave them to him, and I don't think he's going to read these, so I guess I'll be the one to read them. So I really like the series on TV, so I figured I would read them anyway. Then there's Blood Drunk, The Fault in Our Stars by John Green, A Beautiful Mind, Running with Scissors. I actually just got these two books. I'm going to have to include them in my book haul here shortly. The Kite Runner, it's kind of a funny story. The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer, Winter Girls, A Thousand Splendid Suns, The Da Vinci Code. I've actually already read this book, and I thought it was a really, really good book. It really makes you question religion and your beliefs and values. I really like this book. But I read this book when I was in, I think, 7th or 8th grade, middle school, and I really can't remember what the book was about, so I put it in here because I want to reread it. Then I also have Eco Freaks, The Help. I saw this movie. I thought it was a really good movie. So if the movie was really good, I'm guessing that the book is going to be even better. So I really want to read this book. And then A Feast for Crows, Game of Thrones, which I already read, A Storm of Swords, which I've read this one, and I'm reading A Clash of Kings right now. So I'd have to read these two books once I read A Clash of Kings, which I'm going to read one day. Don't know when, but it's going to happen. Then there's The Stand by Stephen King, which I heard this book was a really good book, and I really like apocalyptic movies, so I figured that I would really love an apocalyptic book. Plus, I heard Stephen King is a really good author. I've never read any of his work, but I figured that if I'm going to read one of his books to kick off reading his books, it might as well be one of these. So I picked this one out. I also want to read It, which is also by Stephen King. I remember that I saw this movie as a kid, and it freaked me out because it was about clowns. Not that I'm scared of clowns or anything, but it just freaked me out when I saw that movie. So that's another book that I want to read. Then there's Think Twice, Molokai, The Memory Keeper's Daughter, Monster Island, I Am Legend, A Clash of Kings, which I'm currently reading, and Beauty Queens, which I'm currently reading. And that pretty much sums up my to-be-read pile. Hopefully, I can get to reading all of these books in this year. And that would practically make my 50 book challenge for this year. That's not including all of the books that I'm reading as audiobooks. So, you know, more or less I'll finally get to meet my 50 book challenge. But yeah, these are all the books that are in my to be read pile. If you guys want to leave me any suggestions for any books that you think I might be interested in reading, you guys can leave them in the comments below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video.